This week on C Plus News Time, Donald Glover deals with FX, The Onion deals with Lionsgate, and Conan deals with a wishy-washy TBS. Is the Carrot Top host too old for late-night arenas? Probably, but at least he's not some hyperactive mouth breather or unfocused, overhyped quasi-political humorist. That's right, Fallon and Colbert. I just attacked you two. What are you jabronis gonna do about that? Actually, why are you watching this? I can name about 7 other things you could be doing on the internet right now. Wait, 1, 2, 6, 7. Yep, 7. Speaking of, watch out as I find why 7, 8, 9 in this C Plus News Time. Turns out that 7 was a cannibal.
It's C Plus News Time. Delivering to you the news you didn't know about, the news you didn't care about, and the news you didn't know you cared about. With host, Chad White. Now, here's that host, Chad White.
Here's my impression of Fred Flintstone walking in on Wilma, Barney, and Betty having a three-way. Wilma, Barney? Oh, Betty. Welcome back to C Plus News Time. I'm your host, Chad White, and this is the comedy news you didn't know about for the week of January 9th, 2017. First up, Donald Glover has signed a development deal with the network that airs his show Atlanta. FX's latest series hit it big at the Golden Globes last Sunday, and people just won't shut up about it. Seriously, shut up about it. Under the new deal, Glover will be able to produce shows for the broadcast networks, which include FX and FXX, as well as streaming service FX Now. The show also garnered a Directors Guild and Writers Guild Award nomination last week. One of the presidents of original programming for FX Networks and Productions, Nick Grad, complimented Glover on his talent, saying that, quote, Atlanta is just the beginning, the breakout comedy of the year, and a series revered as much for its originality as its honest look at the experience of being aspiring, young, and black in that legendary city. We're proud to partner with Donald in an overall deal that will allow him to continue turning his creative vision into incredible television. Atlanta has been a hit for the network, so it stands to reason that they'd want to continue a relationship with Glover. But don't expect season 2 anytime soon. At the Television Critics Association, FX said that the show would be back in 2018 at the earliest, due to the star's production schedule. Next up, Lionsgate is going to be peeling away at The Onion for 3 movies. Crappy onion layer analogies aside, thanks Shrek, the website that brought such great articles as Nation Elects First Black-Hearted President and Wealthy Teen Nearly Experiences Consequence is going back to making movies. If you'll recall, The Onion is no stranger to non-print media. The satirical website already released a direct-to-video movie in 2008, produced several TV shows, and some very funny YouTube shows. I kind of already did a history on The Onion's media presence, and if future Chad would go ahead and find that video, he'll put it up right here. Anyway, the deal runs through 2018, so we've got at least 12 months until we see the results of it all. To make things a little easier on themselves, Onion Studios has teamed up with production house Serious Business, the very same studio that handles Comedy Central's At Midnight. And finally, 2 weeks ago during their TCA conference, Turner head John Martin told The Wrap that Conan O'Brien's eponymous late-night show may be retooled in the coming months. He cited a combination of slim ratings. Conan only manages less than 700,000 a night. Now compare that to The Daily Show's 1.3 million average, and both sets of those numbers to The Night Show, which manages at least 3 to 4 million, and the changing world of late night being factors. Conan's ratings aren't all that bad, but when compared to the competition, they're abysmal. At least they're not Larry Warmel numbers. RIP, Nightly Show. TBS's plan is to have the show switch to a weekly format akin to their other late-night show, Full Frontal with Samantha Bee. The idea is that while we lose the urgency in headline news, Team Coco will be able to pull off hotly produced episodes, more like the Conan Does Brazil and Conan Goes to Japan adventures. The move could even have Conan doing more remote segments like the ones where he, Ice Cube, and Kevin Hart get into some rascally trouble. these changes wouldn't be happening anytime soon, as Conan's contract runs out in 2018. Even then, TBS did indicate that they'll be with Conan until the very end of television. But they did say that smaller changes would be occurring until then, some popping up as soon as May of this year. As the news was released, though, the world reacted in such a way that I thought was kind of sweet, which was to cautiously freak out. Conan has been a staple in late night for more than 20 years. He and Andy Richter have done their part to be as weird and unusual as the medium would allow. Cue masturbating bear. But in this world of YouTube hits, their show appears to be out of touch. Fallon, Kimmel, and Corden, aka the Late Night Jimmies, can rely on gimmicky YouTube bits, but hosts like Conan, Myers, and Wilmore have more pointed comedy. Niches are nice and all, but it's hard to make that work when everyone just wants to see Jennifer Lopez sing her hits in a French fry smell laced SUV equipped with GoPros. Letterman got out of the game because he felt it was his time, and this is a guy who put on an entire episode during a hurricane with no audience. His late show didn't even have a YouTube channel. I'm not asking Conan to leave. In fact, he needs to stay. His singular voice, while not as loud as the shout clapping from Fallon, can be just as influential. TBS President Kevin Riley tried to alleviate the situation in an interview the next day with The Hollywood Reporter, ensuring us that Conan would continue to dance on our airwaves in a nightly fashion, saying, quote, "As the media landscape continues to evolve, Conan will continue to lead the evolution of what a talk show will be in the digital age." He added that Conan's videos of him going around the world went viral with their 30 million views, proving that all networks really care about is the hits. What he's really saying, Atlantic writer David Sims suggests, is that Riley is playing down what Martin had previously said. Conan is not getting good ratings on air, but he's proven to be a powerful voice globally online. Sims writes that Conan will, quote, "lead the evolution of the talk show in the digital age," which makes sense because would you just look at those numbers? In fact, the suggestion even comes from Turner president David Levy, who told Variety, quote, "premium video content is what's really important to Turner." That came days before the New York Post reported that Conan had even been pursued by YouTube subscription platform Red. That just begs the question, if Conan is so popular online, why isn't he getting the ratings that TBS and Turner want? The answer is simple, and it's also kind of mixed. The other late night shows have it easy because they're on broadcast. The Daily Show is just as storied as Conan himself, and Full Frontal and Last Week Tonight are fighting on two different fronts. Conan's move from NBC to TBS was a much talked about situation because he was robbed, but it didn't prove to be a completely fruitful one in terms of viewers. Not many people except for me, your parents, and grandparents are watching cable anymore. Conan is doing some good work with Richter, his writers, and crew on basic cable, but TBS needs to find a way to successfully promote the show. Conan has his ways to stand out, though. I mean, he's the only host that regularly features stand-ups on a timely basis, for instance, and although he doesn't sing, he's willing to reach out into video games with his Clueless Gamer segments, and his name isn't in any form of James. Conan is a late night god, and should his voice ever be dampened because of ratings hoopla, it'll be a blow to the genre for sure. And that's all the news I have for you for this week on C Plus News Time. Why don't you subscribe and check out one of the videos? Of course, you can always head to the website cpluscomedy.com, where we've got the latest news, reviews, features, interviews, and other good comedy bits that only I can provide you with. Follow us on Twitter at @cpluscomedy. Follow me on Twitter at ChadBlackWhite. Like us on Facebook. Tumble with us on Tumblr. And be sure when you do the Conan dance, you pop the string, the hip, everything, and you do a little flick of this.